Hello and welcome to the emotion regulation section of the module. So in these videos we are going to understand a little bit about emotion regulation. So it is nothing but an ability to control or influence which emotions you have, when you have them, how you experience and express them. We will first focus on increasing the conscious awareness and control of our emotions, and then we will provide ourselves with so much practice of regulating emotions by doing our homework that we will overlearn these skills, and ultimately the regulation of these emotions will become automatic. When your emotions are dysregulated, you are unable to, despite your best efforts, change the emotions that you have when you have them, or how you experience or you express them. Before you can regulate your own emotions, though, you do need to understand them. You can do this by learning two things. The first thing is to learn how to identify and name your own emotions, as you cannot regulate them before understanding what the emotion is. And secondly, it can be very hard to change these emotions when you do not understand where they are coming from or why they are there, and that makes understanding what they do for you even more important. So once you do understand your own emotions, you can then learn how to cut down on the frequency of the ones that you do not want, and you can do this in several ways. First, you can't stop all the painful emotions, but you can make changes in your environment and in your life to reduce how often these difficult emotions occur for you. You can pause this video and take a moment and ask yourself whether you're afraid of losing all of your emotions, or you're hoping to get rid of all of your emotions, or is it that you're feeling a mix of both? Once you have thought about it and you have an answer, come back to the video. The point is only to change the emotion that you yourself want to change, and not the emotions that other people want you to change. Remember that emotion regulation skills will not be crammed down your throats at any point. And for each skill, it is completely up to you to consider the pros and cons of maintaining an emotion or a particular emotional intensity, and when the emotion or the intensity of the emotion is ineffective or too painful, what we can do is, rather than bearing the consequences of it, emotion regulation skills can be more useful. However, if the emotion is not something that you want to change, or the intensity, even though painful, is effective for you, then changing the emotion may not be useful. And this brings us to the third point, that emotions themselves are neither good nor bad in any way. It is rarely helpful in thinking that an emotion is bad and it does not get rid of it, as it may lead us to try to suppress this emotion even more. And this takes us to the next point, that suppressing of emotions tends to make things worse, as it is a temporary solution which tends to cause a greater problem in the long run for you. Emotions may be comfortable or uncomfortable, may be wanted, unwanted, excruciatingly painful, or statically pleasurable. But judging them can make these emotions even more painful than they already are. Emotion regulation strategies, however, are for emotions that are not effective in helping you in achieving your own goals in life. Emotions are effective when you are acting on your own self-interest, when it will get you closer to your own goals, when it will influence others in ways that will help you, and when they are sending you a message that you need to listen to. Now, you can again pause this video and think about it, when emotions have been useful for you and when they have been destructive for you. You can also try and reflect on the fact that what are the situations when they have given you the most trouble. Once you're back, emotion regulation skills will help you decrease your vulnerability to an emotional mind. So it will not take away from your emotions in any way, but it will help you balance your emotion mind with your reasonable mind, and will get you closer to your wise mind. It will also affect in increasing your emotional resilience, that is, your ability to bounce back and to cope up with any difficult events or emotions in your life. And last but not the least is emotion regulation will also enable you to decrease your emotional suffering by reducing the suffering when painful emotions tend to overcome you, and by helping you manage these extreme emotions so that you do not make things worse for yourself. Now, I want to tell you that it may take a lot of work at the start for you to be able to regulate or control your emotions. However, over time they will get better and better, and once you practice it a lot, regulating your emotions at one point will even become automatic and easy.